Kent skittled out but narrowly avoid follow on. It was all about Sir Alistair Cook on day one, with the former England captain making 125. But bar Papara, his team crumbled around him, and Essex ended the day on 303 for 8, leaving Kent with their tails up going into day 2. And that collapse continued at the start of the morning session, as Podmore took his 100th first-class wicket, trapping Porter LBW for a meagre single run. Harmer looked to steady the otherwise sinking ship, collecting 2 boundaries, first off Podmore and then one off Milnes. But the collapse was completed just 1 ball later. Harmer caught in front for just 10, and Essex were all out for 313, having been 275 for 3, just 38 runs scored for their last 7 wickets. That brought Kent openers Dixon and Crawley to the middle, a partnership that wasn't to last as Porter pitched one up and nicked the edge of Dixon, a nick that was gratefully caught in the slips. Essex, even after their collapse, now had the game's momentum and stifled the visitors' run scoring, Denley scoring the only runs of the first 8 overs off a boundary. And Denley had only scored 20 when he was removed, nicking one off Harmer, and keeper Pepper taking a sublime catch behind. A disappointing end to his first innings since his omission from the England World Cup squad. More hard batting followed for Kent, and opener Crawley had clawed his way to 15 off 67 balls when he edged to Papara at slip. His wicket brought about lunch, and Essex had successfully recovered from their lower order collapse to regain control of the match, with Kent on just 42 for 3 at the break. Kent needed Kun and Bell Drummond to slow the game down, and the pair started the afternoon session in steady fashion, ticking the score over with 4s against Harmer and Siddle. But it wasn't long before Essex had their 4th wicket, Siddle with an excellent in-swinger that Kun edged behind to Pepper. The new pair had only mustered another 19 runs when Bell Drummond fell, Pepper again the man taking the catch, this time off the bowling of Sam Cook. Kent was seeking to get to the tea break without the loss of further wickets, and caution became the name of their game. Mulder could only muster 1 between the 5th wicket and tea, which Kent reached at 113 for 5, after an attritional end to the afternoon session. The visitors were looking to kick on after the break, but they couldn't make the start they wanted. The very first ball after the interval saw Robinson edge Jamie Porter behind for 22. Kent's steadfast batting form before the break was well and truly flipped on its head when Talisman Stevens went for a 10-ball duck off the bowling of Peter Siddle. And by the end of the next over, Kent were 8 down, Mulder's hard-fought innings finally coming to a close for 19. Things turned from bad to worse for Kent, Podmore edging Siddle to Pepper, who took his 5th catch of the day. With just 1 wicket remaining, Kent still needed 17 runs to avoid the follow-on. Milnes and Imran Qayyum were the tail-enders tasked with accumulating those runs, and even though Essex took a new ball, the pair crawled beyond the target with a 4 off Porter. Essex thought it was over when Qayyum played the ball onto his own stumps, but the shot wasn't powerful enough to break the bails. A few balls later, however, it was all over. Cook clean bowling Matt Milnes after a vital 23, and with that came stumps. Despite being skittled out in the morning, it became a good day for Essex as they bowled Kent out in 2.5 sessions for a meagre 182. Essex will be looking to pile on the runs on day 3 and put the tie well beyond the visitors.